All right, thank you guys. We are 10-2 in our last 12 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. We currently have over 920 members who are signed up and active on that page. And if you find yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you want to connect with me on a daily basis, best way to do that is to hit that subscribe button as well. I'd love to connect with you. With that, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Clemson takes on Temple, not on our big screen, but that should be a good one. 4:30 p.m. Eastern start time in the Charleston Classic. Clemson's -4, totals 133. Now the 3-0 Clemson Tigers are shooting a staggering 47% from three land. They're in the top 15 in the country in offensive three-point percentage. Hunter Tyson, 6 of 12 from three land to start the season. 15 points a game and 5 boards for the senior. Meanwhile, Amir Dawes is scoring 15 points a game himself, and he's connecting on 53% of his three-pointers. The Clemson Tigers are also making 51% of their field goals. They're taking on a Temple squad who gave up 76 points in a loss to USC just a few days ago. Meanwhile, offensively, the Owls are averaging just 26 first-half points a game, certainly getting off to a slow start. Now, total-wise, Temple's most recent outing with USC did get 10 points above the posted number for that game. Meanwhile, Clemson's last 2 straight got over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Clemson -4 over 133. Next matchup, Ohio State, Xavier, 6:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Ohio State's -2.5, totals 140. And speaking of the total in this one, the Buckeyes saw their season opener with Akron fall under the posted number. Now, ironically, the total in that contest was exactly 140. Now, Xavier's 2-0 to the under thus far in the season themselves. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com, where once again, we are 10-2 in our last 12 premium sports picks in that category. So if you want to see whether I'm laying the points on the road with the Buckeyes, or if I'm leaning toward the home dog in the Musketeers, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my college basketball tier package pick on BrockPage.com. But as far as a free pick goes for this game, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the under 140 in that contest. Next matchup, it is going to be Marquette versus Ole Miss, 7 o'clock Eastern start time at the TD Arena in Charleston. Ole Miss is -4, totals 136. And although the Rebels are 2-0 thus far in the season, they beat up on a couple of schlubs already, and they're allowing 37 second-half points per contest. They're taking on a 3-0 Marquette team who's coming fresh off a really nice win over Illinois. As a matter of fact, Marquette held the Illini to just 66 points in that victory. The Golden Eagles are also holding their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field. Tyler Kolek is averaging 2 steals a game, double-digit points a night for the guard. And speaking of scoring, Daryl Morsell is scoring over 22.5 points a night, along with 4 boards and a couple assists. Now, Morsell is also connecting on over 56% of his three-pointers. Now, Marquette's holding their opponents to just 31 first-half points per contest. In total-wise, 2 out of Marquette's last 3 got over the line. Meanwhile, Ole Miss is 2-0 to the over on the season themselves. I'm going to lean toward Marquette +4 over 136. Next matchup, it is going to be Arizona State versus San Diego State, and that's going to be a 10:30 p.m. Eastern start time. San Diego State's -8.5, numbers 137. The Aztecs are coming off a tough 6-point loss to BYU, where they were held to just 60 points. Now, equally as bad, the Aztecs are currently being held to just 28 second half points per contest. They're also shooting a dismal 15% from beyond the arc. They're taking on an Arizona State team who won 2 of 3 to start the season, and they're holding their opponents to just 38% shooting from the field. Now, Lawrence, Gaffney, and Neal, they have 4 steals apiece on the season. Alonzo Gaffney with 7 blocks on the year as well. And of course, when it comes to the scoring, Kamani Lawrence is scoring over 16.5 points a game, along with 9 boards. Now, total-wise, the Sun Devils are 3-0 to the under on the season. San Diego State's 2-0 to the under themselves. I'm going to lean toward Arizona State plus 8.5, under 137. Next matchup, it is going to be Wyoming versus Washington, 11 o'clock East. Washington's -3, totals 143.5. Now, the Huskies have failed to cover the point spread in all 3 of their contests this season, and actually one of those failures to cover was an outright loss to Northern Illinois. Now, Washington is shooting terribly right now. They're just 33% from the field and 26% from beyond the arc. They're also averaging just 30 first-half points a game. They're taking on a Wyoming team who's been shooting lights out to start the season. The Cowboys are currently in the top 5 in offensive field goal percentage, and they're also drilling nearly 41% of their three-pointers. Drake Jeffries is 7 of 9 from 3-land this year, 78% shooting from the field, and shockingly with those numbers, Jeffries is the team's 4th leading scorer. That's it. The top dog right now is Graham Ike, who's averaging 21.5 points a game, along with 6 rebounds, a couple assists. Now, defensively, Wyoming leads the country in fewest points allowed per contest. They're also holding their opponents to just 30% shooting from the field. Now, total-wise, Wyoming's 2-0 to the under on the season. Washington's 3-0 to the under themselves. I'm going to lean toward Wyoming +3, under 143.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 10-2 in our last 12 college basketball tier package picks. I like Clemson -4 over 133. I like the under 140 in the Ohio State-Xavier game. Give me Marquette +4 over 136. Arizona State +8.5 under 137. Wyoming +3 under 143.5. As far as all the other games go across the country, I like Davidson -1.5 over 131. St. Bonaventure -4.5 over 131 as well. Utah State -8.5 over 141. UNC Greensboro -9 under 124. UMass +1.5 over 145. UW Milwaukee +14.5 under 141. UNC Asheville -1 under 143.5. Appalachian State -3.5 under 123. Providence -14 under 135.5. Iowa Hawkeyes -29 over 149. Boston U +1 under 135. Marshall -6.5 over 147. Coastal Carolina +1 over 141. Oklahoma -12.5 under 137. Eastern Michigan +8 over 138.5. Cincinnati -15 under 130. St. Francis, New York +22.5 over 143. South Carolina +2.5 over 144. East Tennessee State -16.5 over 140. Ball State +1 over 143.5. Cal State Bakersfield -3.5 under 132. LSU -29.5 over 149. TCU -14 over 142. Northern Illinois +13.5 under 140. SMU -21.5 over 146. Virginia Tech -21 under 139.5. Kansas -25.5 over 141. North Texas -10.5 under 127. DePaul +3.5 under 134. West Virginia -13 under 135 and a hook. Northwestern minus 26 over 146. Indiana State plus 6 under 134.5. Samford with an M, Samford plus 13 over 138 and a hook. Idaho plus 18.5 under 139. Morgan State plus 10 over 145.5. San Jose State plus 11 under 148. Cal Golden Bears minus 3 under 137.5. San Francisco minus 7.5 over 149. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 10-2 in our last 12 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward Portland minus 12 over 141.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Eddie Sanchez, who said the other day, "Brock, you're the man. Great picks. Let's make that money." And as always, good to see Eddie in the comment section below. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of November. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.